So what are we going to talk about today?
That's not making food all the way. So if you're gonna make food for your husband, make sure you feed him well and make him happy, not be like scramming and yapping and like all right long.
Okay, babe, I was trying to hurry. So anyway.
Okay, so we're here.
Yes.
Yeah. So guys, this is just a real day, and as you see, it's like normal, like we're always.
We had a long day in the office to start off, and normally this is how our days go. So we do this to help you guys, and it does take a lot of energy and effort. So whatever questions you guys have, make sure you are posting them, because we are here to share whatever knowledge him and I might have that could help one of you guys. We all have different lives, different responsibilities. You know, we're all at different levels, and depending as far as where you want to go, what your goals are, if you're, you know, in sync with one another or not, there's always going to be little things. And I was just a little bit annoyed because I'm like, did he really just ask me that? like really? You know, it's been, he got here, went in the shower, freshened up.
Yeah, but it's also not you know, the best time of the, what is it? What month is it?
February, March, April, May.
No, May, yeah. It's not the best time of May. Right?
You know, this year has been the longest year, yet the shortest year ever. It's already June. I can't even believe that.
So look, I have a good question here to start with.
Okay. I don't want to drink too early because...
The one that I like about the one that I like the most is the importance of having date nights without the kids around.
Oh man, super important. Can I touch on that?
Yeah, go ahead.
So obviously moms, like I don't know if you guys have kids or not, but it's super important whether you have kids or not, just to have time for yourself, with your significant other. It doesn't necessarily have to be your husband, but it is important to have that. We call it relationship improvement dinner because we always have date nights. You know, we love going out, having dinners, hanging out, doing a lot of things together, but it's super important. Once you have kids don't really care what parents want. They only care about their needs, right? They're children. That's how kids are. So it's super important to remember, so you don't get caught in the day-to-day, to remember why you guys fell in love with each other, what you like about the other person, what you don't like about the other person, what's bugging you about them. You know, like, you know, sometimes I'm sure things about me bug him, but
well, recently you moved Italia out of our bed.
Yes, she needs to get out of our bed.
Like, you showed me the bed and you moved it.
I'm like, don't you want to like cuddle with me instead of like having Natalia in the middle? You don't want to cuddle with me?
Yeah, well, it's kind of weird because we have two little ones in the middle.
Yeah, Natalia hasn't used her room yet, and we actually love having her around, and we probably use her room more than she does.
I wonder if anybody here that's watching this that has kids, if you sleep still with your kids. That would be an interesting question to ask one of the
he's like,
people.
hell no. I don't know. Natalia was our little angel, but Berlin, I think she's gonna be out of luck because it's definitely like they get bigger and then they're like kicking you, and it just becomes hectic. So somebody asked, what are your top 10 tips for life? And let me give you 3 of them because I'll go forever. But one of the most important things, is courage, because people just lack the courage. Like, you need courage to do anything. You need courage to get a mentor. You need courage to hire an assistant. You need courage to get an office. We got a little office, then we got a second office, and we got a third office, fourth office. Now we have almost the entire penthouse. And then you need courage to fire lazy asses. You know, like there's a lot of lazy asses. There's a lot of liabilities. Like, people, you know, they're just they create more problems and they become liabilities instead of assets. So these people, like, when you find, like, if you're running a business and you have this person that is very, very, very a huge liability, you just notice this. The first moment you notice this person has to leave, like, I got to get rid of this person. The first moment you think about that, you got to get rid of these people. You got to get rid of them because they're just going to hold you down. Yeah. You're only as good as your weakest link. Yeah.
So, and it's hard. It's sometimes uncomfortable, but you got to get rid of these lazy asses. Like, they're just slow. Like, when somebody walks slow, it's not a good sign. When somebody talks slow, it's not a good sign. Like, you just have to take action right away. Like, Bobby Castro talks about the every minute, unrefundable minutes.
Yeah.
And I was and I do this, but I found out that Ed Milet had been doing this.
What?
And making 3 days out of one. Like when Syl wakes up, I'm already done with day one. So I have 3 days in one day. And most people have not even one day in a day. So when she wakes up, I'm already done with my first part of the day, which is like the morning when I wake up really early till about.
But tell him what time you go to sleep when you wake up really early. He
and,
crashes.
and then I have my second part of the day, and then I have my third part of the day. So it's like a 6-hour short day in the morning, a short 6-hour day in the middle, and then another 6-hour day towards the end. So you have 3 days in one, but every minute you do something very, very valuable that is very important, that's going to make you a lot of money. And based on results, it's been working out very good. Like, we're making more money than ever. We have the most deals we've ever had on the board. It's just ridiculously like insane. Like, I can't even, and then we can't even spend it. That's the craziest part. We can't even spend it. And I was telling Syl right now, man, I had like an 18-hour workday today. I'm a little bit low on energy. It's not the best time of May for her. And she's like yapping and yapping and yapping on me. And then I'm like, man, but a little sip of this does make you feel a little bit better.
Yapping and yapping.
So that's number one.
Like, what does that mean?
Number two is you got to get a mentor. You got to get a mentor, because a mentor is going to save you time, and they're going to see your blind spots. I feel like you're staring at me. So a mentor is going to catch your blind spots. So you might think that you're doing the right thing, and maybe you're making a lot of money like I am right now, like we are right now, and you think everything is cool. So let me take longer breaks. Let me slow down a bit. Let me watch a little bit more of YouTube. Let me waste more time. And then the mentor, like Bobby, tells me, hey, I've been watching you, and you've been kind of having a little bit too much fun. Tone it down a notch. And I've had other mentors that told me that. Yeah. But if it weren't for mentors, then I wouldn't know that. I would just keep doing what I'm doing. And then all of a sudden, whoever's behind me, my competitors, catch up. And you can't let them catch up. Yeah. You got to keep that momentum. So number two is you got to have that mentor to watch your blind spots and to save time. So instead of making all the mistakes, losing millions of dollars, you listen to somebody like me, or you listen to some of my mentors, and you just skip all that. You create billions way faster. You don't have to wait till you're 60 years old, because now you have technology, you have social media. You don't have to read books. Instead of reading a book in 30 days, you could just listen to the most important, like the Cliff Notes. I think they call it Cliff Notes, right? Yeah. You could listen to the Cliff audio notes while you're taking a shower. And then, damn, you read a book in one. You could read a book in one day, but that's too much information in one day. But you guys get the point. It's faster to like become a billionaire early. The last two. And number three is discipline. You have to consistently do it. Like consistency. You have to practice every day. Like, it took us it wasn't like the first time we had sex that Italia came out, right? Oh my God. It took us 1, 2, 3, 4. Like, you didn't build muscle by working out once. You have to work out twice, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times. You didn't, like, everything you do, like, we didn't start a business and we're successful the first time. We had to try again and again and again and again. So not quitting. Like, so everything you have to consistently do it, even when you're not making money. You have to believe in the process. But when the mentor is telling you, hey, you got to do this, you're on the right track. You believe in him. You keep doing it. And many times I was close to like not being able to pay payroll, not being able to pay my bills, battled so many heart attacks. And then one day, not too long ago actually, one day I just made so much money, and I just saw the bank accounts like loaded, and I'm like, fucking shit. Well, like, and then we get this coronavirus, and we're like, we can't even fucking spend it. And I'm like,
well, they're gonna open retail stores next week.
Other than having a long 18-hour plus workday today and hearing her yapping, life is amazing, and I just want to take on more questions for you. Okay, for the record,
next week, don't even dare ask me to fucking make you food. Like, ni siquiera me preguntes, en serio, because I wasn't yapping. I just simply said, Albert, please, like, when did I make, like. So he asks really stupid questions sometimes. So anyway, can I add to that?
You even made me switch sides.
No me hables.
You made me sit here.
Albert. Okay, he really wants me to be mean to him on camera. Give me the paper. I'm going to add something to that.
Go ahead.
Okay.
I'm just trying to like.
So for those of you that just tuned in, what are your 10 tips for life?
I gave 3.
You gave 3, so let me give the next 3. Unless you want to keep yapping. Do you want to keep yapping?
Go ahead. You took my seat. Now you want to take my mic.
This is my side.
So now she has her side.
Anyway,
angle's a little bit better too. You got that?
So, guys, no, really, like in reality, I would say my biggest advice to anybody that, no matter what age you are, no matter where you are, no matter who you are, remember that everything comes literally in levels. And what got you here is not going to get you here. So you have to understand that it's super, 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 super important. Not only, like he said, to stay consistent, but literally don't stop until you finish. Because some of the things in our life, like per se, it might take somebody, I don't know, people give up too easily. Just don't give up until you get there. Don't let a no stop you. So if there's something that is gonna take maybe 3 years, like just keep going.
You gotta put it closer to your mouth.
Right? I hate these mics. So just, keep going, because a lot of people stop halfway. It's like, okay, you're getting a divorce. It's been 10 years. You've been separated for 10 years and your divorce is still not finalized. Like when people get DUIs, like you just stop going to your classes, like it's not going to go away, right? And a lot of people stop before they're actually finished. And you always have to be willing to go the extra mile. And I know it sounds stupid, and a lot of the times you're not going to get compensated for it, but I see a lot of these like younger people, and if I had the opportunity to learn a skill at a job where I was going to make more money, you better believe that I would eat my lunch in like 20 minutes and then just go shadow somebody, because you should always be willing to learn, to suck in information from whomever you want to be like, or, that's always so important. You got to be a little sponge. And also don't let fear stop you, because a lot of the times we're so scared about what people are going to say, or what happens if this happens. If you're scared to do something, literally just go all in. Like just go for it. And then you're going to be like, oh my God, like it worked, right? And it might not work, but that's okay, because that only means that you're just getting closer and closer and closer to whatever your goals are. Like, just don't let those things stop you. People quit too fast, way too fast. And nobody wants to do anything without being compensated when you have to pay your dues. You have to pay your dues. So always be willing to go the extra mile. My next thing would be have a good attitude. I know sometimes it's hard. You have to have a good attitude. That will open up doors that not even a degree will open. You'd never know who you're speaking to, and you never know what that person
has a great
can
attitude?
mean to you.
Brian.
Yeah.
That guy always has a great attitude.
Yeah. You just have to keep going, like, focus on exactly what you're doing. Be present as far as what you're doing to limit mistakes and improve like actual knowledge intake.
Now, 2 minutes and we'll cut it. Pero grábalo para que se quede ahí nomás. Le pones save so people can see the number and join in. But we have a question here from one of our Zoom people. Joshua, in the beginning of the journey, did you choose to skip birthdays and time with your family in order to stay on track and focus? The answer is a big yes. Let me let you answer it, but let me just say one very important thing. When we have birthdays today, guys, like pay attention to this, and like we share all our secrets. So, and this is good because we're not hiding things to take advantage of people. We are sharing the secret. So when every time now, when we have parties, there's a bigger reason behind the party. Number one reason is we are going to help people. And with helping people comes, we're going to make money. So whenever we're going to create a party, we're like, Syl, we're not going to create a party and spend 20, 30 grand in this party for a bunch of freeloaders to come and just like spend it and have fun, and then we don't even remember it. Yeah. Might as well go on a trip by ourselves and spend it and enjoy it. So every time we're gonna have a party, I always tell Steph, hey Steph, I'm not paying for this. And she's like, what do you mean? You gotta pay for it, it's not free. And I say, no, I'm not paying for this. We're gonna create money. And she's like, how are you gonna create money? Like, I'm not paying with this. I'm gonna use other people's money, and that's gonna take care of this party. What is the right approach to that? We're going to help people. So what do? Why are we having a June 6th party that has a mastermind? We're going to have a mastermind from 5 to 7:30 p.m. For those of you that are subscribed to Driven Academy, if you're not subscribing, you're in. But all of you that are coming to the party, June 6th, we rented this $25 million mansion, and we're going to have a huge party. Like, huge party. It's going to be amazing, exclusive. Brad Lee's going to be there with Melissa, and we're going to have this mastermind where it's going to be fun. It's gonna be comfortable. It's not gonna be like awkward. So you're gonna come. Brad's so like cool, and he cusses a lot, has a lot of jokes, and he's just a real cool, humble, giving man. So he'll like give all his tips. I'll give some tips. You guys are gonna bring in valuable stuff. We're all gonna mastermind together. If you guys want to have a little glass of champagne, or if you guys want to have your rum and coke, tequila, whatever you want to have, you could do that. Enjoy ourselves. 2 powerful hours and a half, masterminding, good people, quality people. And this penthouse was expensive, but guess what? A lot of you guys that are coming, a lot of you guys bought Driven tickets or part of Driven Academy. I'm blessed that I'm making a lot of money through Driven Academy because the content is good. So people subscribe, recommend others. And it's like money that's flowing our way besides many other things. So I'm like, this party, we're going to create this party. We're going to help a lot of people, but I'm not going to pay for it. So every event that we do now, just watch it. It always has like some sort of networking, some sort of event that we're putting together. So next time when you're thinking about, I'm going to have a party. Well, if you're going to have a party and maybe you're at level 1 or 2 or 3, maybe you're not at level 17 or 18, but you're getting started. If you're going to have a party, maybe you're a real estate agent. Okay, so you're a loan officer. So you're a loan officer, right? You're going to have a party. Let's say Steph's husband, Freddie, loan officer, is going to have a party. And he's like, Steph, let's have this party, and it's gonna cost $10,000. And then Steph's like, you're out of your mind. Where are you gonna spend that money? We need it for the wedding. We're gonna do this. And then Freddie's like, hey, but I'm gonna invite this realtor that's gonna give me 4 loans next month that are gonna make me $40,000. Yeah. So now we had this party. We brought in this realtor, and he's gonna give me 4 deals that are gonna make me $40,000 next month. So you guys get the point. You always have to create some sort of income that's going to come in. When you go to dinner, instead of going to dinner with, like when we used to go to dinner by ourselves, I told you, let's take like these agents that are going to give us business. And I'd rather spend $600 on the dinner than spend $300 and then we don't get anything. Like I want to get these people that we could do some business and make some money.
Well, it's called maximizing your time. And guys, one day you're going to wake up and you're going to be like 60. So you have to understand that now I feel like people now with COVID are realizing like, shit, like what, like look at all the things we took for granted. Like right now there's really very little distractions. And now we're realizing that, hey, you know what? This person's important to me. That person's really important to me. Like how many people have called you and said, hey, how are you? How's it going? Like, do you need anything? How do you feel? And then you'll really know who really cares about you. And not only that, I feel like right now is a time where, okay, who do you really care about? Because you don't want to be that person that every weekend is partying their life away, right? And then somebody dies and you're like, oh my God, like this person was so important to me and I didn't spend any time with them. So being very selective of who you spend your time with is so important, guys. Like I can't even, see right now it's like me, Albert, I Uber my mom, my grandma to me. You know, I make things work for me. And sometimes, always, time is more valuable than money. So if you can save time by having your, you know, whatever, somebody Uber to you, something Uber to you, it's really important that you understand that it's sort of like an investment. So, you know, there's so many things. Like we can't even start getting into all the craziness. But parties, to answer that question, work always came before anything. For him and I, at least, as we were building. Always. If we had a client, a doc signing, there could have been a wedding and we were at our doc signing. From our doc signing, we went to the wedding, to the party, if it's something that we absolutely had to make it to. You know, a lot of the times we put limits on ourselves when you can do a lot of things, especially for those of you that don't have kids. You can do a lot of things. When you have kids, it's a different structure because your life kind of has to revolve around your kids, and you want to be a good example and you want to be someone that they look up to. Like, what kind of little humans are you raising, right? There's like, I always say there's too many shitty people in the world. You want to raise good, strong, independent kids that are gonna do something good in the world, right? Not we don't need any more bad people. Like, there's just so much craziness going on in the world, but yeah, work was always first, guys. Like, you got to prioritize what's going to put money in your guys' bank account to keep building, to have a better life, to have more options. You know, are you going to have to get a nanny so that you and your husband can go to $1 million listing? I don't know. We're all in different industries. Like, are you going to go to a networking party where you're going to be able to meet new people? Like, be open to meeting new people. Too many people get stuck with the same old people that don't really care about you. It's like, it's your friends, you're a realtor, your friends, and they gave the listing to somebody else. Like, wait, what? Like, so it's important to just take note of all the little things. It's so important. I've learned that over the years.
And guys, if you have questions, put them on under the chat, or
We have
put
a lot.
put on your yeah, but they're the Zoom. This is so you guys post your questions, and maybe we could get one of you guys to go live with us and ask us the question directly. But another thing, to finish off that, when we started our business and when I started originating and you were helping me, because that's when I lost everything, we skipped birthdays. Like, we weren't celebrating birthdays because we didn't have any money. We didn't hang out with family.
We did.
We didn't.
We
go
were
to,
like with
we
Norman.
didn't go to these barbecues. Like, we stopped that. When we started becoming successful again is when we eliminated all these people, all these family members, that many of them were toxic. And
well,
by toxic,
that's one of the questions here.
but by toxic, it means, and we could jump into that question, but with like family, like, reality is that a lot of family is toxic, and they could be toxic in different ways. Doesn't mean they want to kill you when you're sleeping.
No.
Toxic could be them feeding you wrong information.
Yeah.
So if you're getting home and your dad and your mom and your brother and your mom, your aunt, your whatever, weekends, you go to barbecues and they're telling you all these negative things and all these bad ideas that they hear from these people and not so smart people, and then they're just yapping and yapping. You don't need that yapping and yapping.
And also remember that self-improvement, just getting better, as you grow and you just get better and better and better. And I know that we want to save the world and we want to be nice to everybody, and you feel bad for people. Think about the people that feel bad for you. Like, in reality, a lot of people don't even care about each other, which is sad. So you have to worry about yourself. You have to worry about your family. Like, if whatever comes in here, it's really important that you're willing to unlearn a lot of the things that we've learned. Right? That's like crucial, because we're fed so much garbage, and a lot of the times it's people that are very close to us. So you just have to be mindful and be respectful that your parents are not going to change. Your family relatives are not going to change. It's rare to find people that really want to change and create a better life for themselves and actually be willing to do whatever it takes to get to that level. And you know, a lot of people want to help their family. They want to save it. When people aren't ready for information, you can try all you want, and it's just not going to work. It's going to drain you. And you have to focus, if you have a family, on your own little family. Like, you know, that's what I told everybody now. I'm like, sorry, guys, I have my own family now. Like, I have 2 kids, a husband who's like my 3rd child. And you guys know what I mean. Because
that's what I told you before we started. That you were like, they asked me, like, how many girls do you have? And I said 5. And they're like, 5? I thought you had 2. And I'm like, yeah, well, this one counts like 3 little girls. So I have like 5 little girls. But, I mean, you copied me.
No, I'm being serious.
However, how many of you guys speak Spanish, by the way? If you could raise your hands. How many speak Spanish? Do any of you just speak Spanish? Or let's answer a question in Spanish.
Okay.
Because somebody asked, tu pareja tiene que tener tu misma meta. You're a good Spanish speaker.
Yo diría que no, pero tienes que saber de la meta de tu pareja, porque es importante. Esa fue una de las preguntas. Aunque no es, por ejemplo, no estén en la misma industry, no importa, porque si tu esposo quiere hacer cierta cosa, tú tienes que saber encourage him. How do you say encourage him? Ayudarlo a llegar a su meta, aunque esa no sea tu meta, es importante para él que él llegue a su meta. So, no tiene que ser las mismas cosas, pero tú tienes que you have to be able to support your spouse or your husband or your wife or whatever to get to their goals, aunque no sean la misma. Sorry guys, I forget some words, but es importante, como yo el otro día le dije, I'm like, hey, necesito tiempo para mí, y las mamás, yo sé que a veces nos sentimos culpables, tal vez, de que, oh my God, like, tengo que hacer tantas cosas.
Me corriste del cuarto y cerraste el cuarto, sí. Y me echaste con Italia.
Sí, Sí lo eché, cerré el cuarto y los dejé porque, like, I'm not a maid. I'm your wife, you know? And I know this happens a lot with people, and until you have your own maid, like,
we're speaking in Spanish, pero tú estabas bien annoying.
¿Yo?
Yeah, that's why Italia y yo ya no te aguantábamos y tú cerraste la puerta porque te dijimos algo. No se te olvide
diles lo que hicieron. Destrozaron la casa. Había pan en todas partes. Le da chocolate for breakfast. Like, I'm like, Albert, hazle un huevo. O sea, kids are already crazy. You can't give them sugar for breakfast. Right?
You do that.
Babe, no, I don't.
I mean, I learned it from you.
Oh, God. Anyway, we're not going to get anywhere talking about that. So, importante tener tiempo, o sea, de lejitos, porque cada quien no puedes cambiar a tu pareja. So, por eso es importante saber elegir a la pareja, porque si no tienen muchas cosas en común, él y yo somos muy similares. Y si no tienes cosas en común, tarde o temprano you're going to be like, fuck you, get the fuck out of here, I don't want to talk to you, I don't want to see you, I don't want to live with you.
Yo creo que es necesario que tu pareja sea igual de agresivo, trabajador y que tenga sueños grandes como tú, porque si no, no va a funcionar. No conozco yo una persona que sea muy exitosa, que tenga a un esposo flojo, que no trabaja, que se queda en el sillón todos los días.
Cierto.
O un esposo exitoso que se queda a su esposa de floja haciendo nada, nomás viendo televisión. Nunca
Bueno, si no tienes hijos, porque cuando tienes hijos, forget it.
Un esposo
Ese es
trabaja
un full-time
duro
job.
y gana dinero y está trabajando y la esposa se queda en la casa de floja, el esposo anda con otras viejas.
Pues obvio.
Cuando
Pero no cuando tienes
hijos. Cuando el esposo
hijos.
se queda en la casa de huevón y la mujer está trabajando, el esposo ha de estar también con otras viejas y también la muchacha se está también acostando con otros vatos.
Probably.
So, es por eso es que no funciona, pero cuando los dos están en chinga, funciona.
Yeah.
Por eso me costó tantas mujeres para llegar a una como tú, que no fue tan mal como se oye, pero sí me divertí, pero todas eran medio flojas, querían solamente lo bonito de la vida, si me entienden un poquito.
Sin trabajar.
O sea, no querían ir al gimnasio conmigo, no querían ir al trabajo conmigo, solamente querían salir, discotecas, tomar, llegar a la casa y ¡pum! A darle duro. Pero, moving on, we have a question from Kat on Zoom. Syl, did you feel burnout with supporting Alberto and also working and being a full-time mom? Albert, did you do to help Syl while she helped you? What did I think just Steph kind of made a few typos right there.
One question's for me,
but
one
still,
question's
did
for
you
you.
feel burnout with supporting Albert and also working as a full-time mom?
So, to be honest with you, Kat, and all of you guys, I'm a very fast-paced person. If I have 10 things to do or 20 things, I always find a way to do more. But I'm not gonna lie to you. Like this past Saturday, this guy just pissed me off so much, and then Italia was being crazy, and I'm just like, oh my god,
Yeah, but you pissed us off.
Albert.
We were actually happy that you closed the door and you kind of like.
I literally locked the door.
Because we had a blast in the other room.
Good.
We had a.
So
like,
I locked the door and I'm
bonding
like,
time.
I'm not gonna lie, I had to kind of like cry for like 2 minutes. I don't really cry, but I was a little bit like I was just like, what the fuck? Like, who signed me up for this? Because it never ends. With us, it never ends. And heck yes, Kat. With 2 kids, it's like Berlin needs something, then Italia needs something, and then Albert needs something, then there's a mess. And I'm OCD, so I'm cleaning, I'm on the computer, and you asked me something freaking stupid. This is why I got mad. So it's Saturday, right? I'm like, so I think it was Steph. She came to do stairs with me, and Albert, this is what he was doing, okay, guys? Sitting here, so comfortable in this chair, in his underwear, getting a goddamn tan, okay? And then he has the nerve to ask me, did you send this email and create this contract? And I'm like, as he's getting a goddamn massage when I was making him food, I'm like, oh my God. Like, yes, Albert, I did it like while you were like laying there getting a massage, like in the last.
When I was getting a tan, I was making coaching calls.
So
I just do more with my time. When I was getting a massage,
I was doing stairs.
When I was getting a massage, I was fixing my knots that I get from moving
So
my neck a
anyway,
lot.
guys, this is why it's like sometimes I'm like, oh my god, like did he just really ask me that? Like I just want to like kick him.
What about
like,
when you
so
go
hard.
get your eyelashes and your nails and you take like
Yeah,
off in the
but I
middle of the
plan
day?
all of that, and then I have kids, so
You don't let me know,
it's
though.
just it's a lot of
You
work.
don't let me know.
Albert, I do let you know.
Like,
You're
didn't
never
even let me
paying
know that
attention.
Steph was gonna come and do stairs.
I didn't know until she showed up. I thought she was gonna quit. So anyway, we always make everything work, but like definitely sometimes it's a little bit stressful, Kat. So that's why it's like you have to communicate, and maybe that was a break in that he wasn't listening or that I didn't speak loud enough. Because remember, there's a difference between hearing and actually listening to the words that are coming out of somebody's mouth, so that you can understand what they're trying to say, or there's a break in communication, so it just doesn't turn out good. But it's like whatever. Like I got a massage, and he just sometimes asks me like the weirdest things. I'm like, yes, I did it in like the 2 seconds that you were like laying there. Like I mean, yes, no, I didn't do it. Obviously,
That's because this is what happens, guys. Like we have different schedules.
crazy schedules.
So like
crazy.
like I wake up like I said, when she wakes up, I'm already done with my first part of the day. Like,
and when he's asleep, I'm
already-
starting my second part of my
I'm
day.
already finished with my like my day pretty much. I'm done with a day for normal people. And when I wake up like all pumped up, like, yeah, I'm gonna like I gotta do this and that and this, and I'm texting everybody at 2 a.m., 3 a.m. and doing this and planning, reading, listening to audio for 2 hours, working out, and I'm doing all that and doing important things. I check my bank accounts every morning. One of the first things I do. And I'm always like looking at all these different things, and then it's when I come up with my ideas, like with my innovative campaigns that I used to call, I like to call them, and my ideas to grow the company, to scale, to recruit, what's going to be my next blue ocean strategy. And I'm like, I already like fried my brain for like the first 5 hours, so I'm already like, yeah, I did this. And then Syl wakes up, and you know when you wake up, you're kind of like yawning, you're like. And you're like, I gotta, oh shit, fuck, I gotta do this and this and this and this. So she wakes up, I gotta do this, and I've been up for like 5 hours, fucking
That
cranking
isn't
it,
true,
cranking
but okay.
it, and then I give her smart answers, and she gets mad, and I'm like, dude, you just woke up, like I already been cranking it for 5 hours,
Guys, and this is me waking up at 6:30. You know, whenever my kids wake up, that's what he doesn't understand. I'm like, I'm still nursing our baby,
and then I'm trying to sleep.
So that's
and,
when
and you're watching all these like novelas. What's that show you like to watch?
It's not a novela.
Like made up stories.
It's
of, like,
called Dynasty on Netflix. It's
like
so.
it puts me to sleep.
It's billionaires. I want to know
You
how they
said
act.
trillionaires.
Whatever.
Why don't
Super
you-
rich
Why
people.
don't you focus on making $1 million right now instead of listening to all these?
So anyway,
fiction
guys,
movies?
and it's also really important not to really let your spouse tell you what you're gonna do, because at the end of the day, I do what I want. I know what I'm doing. I know what I have to do for my kids. I know everything. And if I want to watch 30 minutes of TV,
No, it turns into like 2 hours sometimes.
oh my God, on Sunday,
When do I watch 2 hours of TV?
when you just watch the whole documentary of that
Michael Jordan.
Thank you.
That is a documentary.
How many hours is that? 10?
Ed
10.
Milet saw it.
10.
Ed Milet saw it.
Yeah.
Patrick saw it.
Okay.
That documentary teaches you mindset. It teaches you how he became a billionaire after playing basketball. It's not
Yeah.
like some fiction story. It's a real story of somebody that became successful
To each
in
his own.
business.
To each his
So
own.
I learned from that.
To each his own.
Actually, everybody should go watch that
It's
documentary.
amazing.
Jordan. Yeah, that's actually value, not like what is that called? The
Dynasty.
Dynasty, whatever it is. But to answer this question that leads to that one,
How does he
Albert,
help
how
me?
did I help
he,
Syl?
he takes
I-
Italia on Sundays
I
for
take-
2 hours. That's
and-
how he helps
And
me.
I also deal with her like dynasties and like hearing her like after this champagne glass she'll be like yapping and yapping, so hearing all her yappings and not making a big deal.
Wow.
And
I
then-
don't even know
and-
where he got the word yapping
and
from.
then after, like when she wakes up, I give her like the I'm nicer to her now, so I'm like, okay, she just woke up, so she's gonna wake up with all these ideas when my mind is already fried because I need to go do my cardio because I already like consumed so much information and came up with all these ideas and like, I mean, our bills nowadays are immense. We don't have like $10,000 bills because that's like not even a tickle. That's not even like probably 1 or 2% of our bills a month. So we have to pay a lot of money a month. I'm talking about hundreds and thousands of dollars a month. I mean, maybe actually more than that, way more than that. But I have to do these kind of things in the mornings when my mind is fresh so that I think right, because when you deal with numbers in the millions, you have to be very precise. You can't make any mistakes, so you have to be fresh. If you're up all night, if you're up for 14, 15 hours and you had a long day, your wife yapped at you, or your husband was like being a lazy ass, or your whatever, and then you start doing all these finances, you're gonna be fried. You're gonna make mistakes. You're gonna put your family in danger. So when she wakes up, I've battled like vampires, demons, scorpions, and I'm like, okay, I have to
do that
take
all
a shower,
day.
have some breakfast. So she wakes up all like rah, huffing and puffing, like rah, 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 rah. And I'm like, can I have some breakfast? And then she's like, you're asking me for breakfast. I just woke up. And I'm like, damn, I've been up for 5 hours.
You're such a liar,
so,
Albert.
That's how I
See,
help her.
that's only sometimes.
I'm understandable that we have different day cycles. Like I wake like when you're going to sleep. When you're waking up, I'm
so
going
tomorrow,
to sleep.
don't even
Wait,
ask
when
me for
I'm waking
food
up,
at
you're
all.
going to
Like
sleep.
at all.
And then when I'm like when I kind of like need some breakfast, you're waking up. So it's like kind of like it's different, but we make it work. Like I understand
Oh,
you.
no, we make it work. I'm so serious. Mañana no te voy a hacer nada. Cero.
Like today she told me today she told me, I'm gonna make you food. I'm gonna make you 3 meals, and I'm like,
yesterday
are you sure?
I made him 3 meals,
and I said, are you sure? And today she's like, I'm not making you any more fucking food. So
I didn't say it like that for one. Cooking, I know all my girls know, like it takes a lot. And I always want to do everything because I do love you. And I want you to look good, right? Just how you tell me to go do stairs. Like, I make him food all the time. And we're like trying to just make everything happen. Like, guys, I'm telling you, if you think you do a lot, just know you could do more. It is a little bit stressful when your husband's asking you like the stupidest questions like ever. Like, yes, I made your food in a blink of a goddamn eye. Yes, I already showered. Like, you went to go shower. It was 15 minutes later. I already made you food. I already fed our kid. Like, I feel like you miss the details, and that's why I get annoyed with you. But I think all guys
speaking
do that.
about details, it's not about guys or girls. Details is everybody has different details.
Yeah.
Like
things that are important
I
to
met
you.
the most detailed people.
Yes. You don't have to talk about
they
that.
told us that they're the most detailed.
Yeah.
And it's a different kind of detailed.
Yeah.
According to your standards or my standards, it's different details. So you look at certain details and I look at different details. Like, I mean, trust me, like ask the guys right here, like what kind of details do you guys look at? Probably similar to mine, and women look at other details. Like women are not attracted to the same things as guys.
No.
In details.
I mean, I think everybody's just how they are.
Like
you could always improve. You could get better.
I mean, you improve your details by also improving your circle of influence. Like when you start being around smarter people and you start valuing every minute, you start like today, honestly, like I was like so exhausted, had a pretty crazy day. I still have a few calls to make. And you guys, like I said this last week, but do you guys think that I'm so excited and have so much energy to be on this Zoom with all these cameras here, with all these like no privacy and then I want to give a big thanks to Danny and Steph, who don't have to be here, but they're here. I mean, they could say like, Albert, I don't want to stay after work.
After hours.
I don't want to do that. And they're here supporting us. Danny is here in the background carrying all the cameras. Yeah. And we have to spend more money, which is it's not a problem, but we have to make our nanny stay longer.
But we love helping people.
Well, I'm not done yet. And we have to like have our nanny take care of Italia, which I want to spend some time with. And you guys, I see your babies there with you, some of you. But we do it because we ultimately care about you guys.
Everybody.
Like we're not talking about Driven right here. We're not talking about Driven Academy. We're not selling anything. And I told Syl, when we do these driven couples, Danny, when we do these driven couples, Syl, I told you like I don't want to sell anything.
No.
I just wanna like answer
help
questions.
People.
Bring somebody on the live. Maybe this time, Steph, because we got I think 20 more minutes. We could bring on some of these people on so we could communicate in person. You want to
also, guys, my biggest advice for couples, like because Albert and I have been together forever, and him and I get along really good. Like, I'm always down for whatever, to work, to do whatever it takes to get the job done. Like, we literally don't stop until we're done. You know, and a lot of the times we wait, and then I'll do it tomorrow, I'll do it. And then you have a long list of things. Why not just get it done? You know, like, just do your best. Like, always help each other, each other up. Even if I'm annoyed with him, I'm still going to do. Si me dice, tengo hambre, and I'm pissed off with him, like, I'm super annoyed with him, which has been happening a lot lately, because I think we have so much, like, going on that it's like, whoa. And then I'm, like, adjusting to another baby. And we were barely adjusted to having Italia, and then Berlin came along. And you know, you just keep leveling up and adjusting and tweaking things. And if something doesn't work, you have to change it. If it works, then you run with it. See, if it works for me, I just keep running with it. But you have to be okay with change and adjusting certain things. And right now, yes, I want to cuddle with my freaking husband. I don't want my 3-year-old in the middle of us anymore. Like, I don't. She's already too big.
I like it in the mornings, like when like the morning when you get out of the shower and
Wow.
you're getting ready, like. I don't know. Is this a guy? Do you guys like when your woman's gets out of the shower? She's like all fresh, and you can see the water like kind of
wow.
dripping, right? It's kind of sexy, isn't it?
Oh wow. Anyway,
But
so, like,
but
yeah.
but yeah. Having said that, let's bring on. Can you bring on Ramon? So that we could see him here, and he has a question about his beautiful. I just had a beautiful daughter, but he could say it.
And also, don't be
We'll put the volume
afraid,
up.
ladies, to tell your guys when something isn't working, vice versa to the guys. Like, I tell him, I need you to do this for me and this for me. Like, let's change this. Because if not, I have to do it.
Hi, Albert. Hi, Syl. How are you?
Hey, what's
Hi,
up,
we're
Ramon?
doing
How's it going?
good.
Oh, thank you. So I just recently had my daughter, my girlfriend and I, Olivia, thank God.
Congrats.
I feel that my ambition and focus has multiplied immensely. Is this something that both of you felt as well? Like, you're just totally zoomed in and everything is magnified and your ambition is higher. You want to earn more money and
Tell him.
become more financially stable once you had your daughters?
I'll let Albert answer this.
Absolutely, because if you go back like 3 years in my post, when I actually 4 years when I posted a story when I got my actually it was like 4 years and a half ago when I posted a story of my Ferrari, my first Ferrari. So when we got pregnant the first time with Italia, I remember that I'm not gonna be exact on the numbers, but I think I had like 50,000 in the bank. I had money, some money that was tied in real estate. So I was pretty much like, to my standards, I was pretty broke, because one mistake could put me out of business, because we were running the mortgage guys, we were running Ambiance Realty, and we were just getting started. And we were hiring people, and we were like living paycheck to paycheck, which is true. A lot of haters say and say things like, oh, he's living paycheck to paycheck, and maybe I am, but I got Ferraris and this beautiful life, bitch. But I'm like, cool, like I'm hiring, I'm not letting my people go, and I'm running a business. And that's different than living paycheck to paycheck when you're like down here. You're not taking any risks. You're a little wussy. So I remember that day I have like 50,000 in my bank, and Willie, who's, I think I saw Willie here, but
Yeah.
Willie was with me, and he had a big month. I had a big month, and this was when I was originating full time, because I needed to keep the company alive. And we had a good month, and I tell Willie, come by, let's celebrate. And this is when we just got him pregnant like a day before. And Willie comes by, and I'm excited about the baby, and I tell Willie, let's go get motivated. And Willie's like, so how do we get motivated? He's like, let's go check out Bentleys. And then I'm like, oh yeah, that's a good idea. And then he looks at me, and I look at him. We make eye contact, and at the same time we say, you want to go get a bottle of champagne? And I'm like, great idea. We get the bottle of champagne, and I wouldn't recommend you guys to do this, but I get half, he gets half. We put it in a cup, and we drive to see the Bentleys. And I'm driving the Maserati. That time, the Quattroporte, which was a pre-owned Maserati, but nobody had a Maserati in the industry 5 years ago almost. So we drive. It was 5 years ago, because Italia is 3.5, and this was when you just got pregnant, so almost 5 years ago.
Yeah.
So we drive to the Bentley place, and then we're like, after we finish that drink, we're feeling better. And then I'm like, well, I don't the Bentleys are not like they don't really like excite me. Let's go check out the Aston Martin. So we go to Aston Martin's, and then Willie's like, they're nice too. They're maybe a little bit nicer, but you know what? I've always wanted a Lambo. So I'm like, well, let's go check out the Lambos. And then we get to Lambo, and then at the Lambo, they bring you some champagne at the dealership because they want to get you more excited. So they give us another glass of champagne, and then we're like, the Lambos are nice, and we're like just dreaming. We're dreaming, and then we're like, we're not gonna pull a trigger on the Lambo right now. We don't even qualify. We don't have the money. And I told Willie, well, let's just go check out the Ferraris. I've always wanted a red Ferrari. We go to the Ferraris, and then they give us another champagne there. And then we're like feeling really good. And I remember like these two powerful sentences. I text Syl and I told her, hey, they're gonna charge me $5,000 here at Ferrari just to check my credit and see if I qualify for a Ferrari in the future, or they're gonna see if they could give me a good deal. Maybe it's about the same payment as the Maserati or a little bit more. And that was, and she's like, she sent me like an angry face. And then
I didn't.
And then I told her,
I'm gonna go back and find.
All right, well, maybe you didn't send me an angry face.
I was just like, babe, did you buy a Ferrari?
Well, it's the same thing, angry face.
I was like,
so then I told her, well, it's not a problem. They'll just hold the $5,000, and then next year I'm gonna work really hard for this next year, and they'll keep those $5,000 and they'll lock me in, and I could select the color that I want and all this stuff. So they ran my credit. My credit was really good, but I didn't have a history of having a car that was like $300,000.
Yeah.
So my most expensive car was the Maserati, which was like $90,000, and then I ended up they run the application. I don't qualify, but they tell me, give us like a couple of days. Let's see what we could do. You might qualify with with a larger down payment. So then I leave, and 2 days later, they tell me, Albert, we have good news. We approved you with 20,000 or something like that.
40 something. Oh.
We approved you for 20,000, but your payment is gonna be like something crazy, like $5,000 or something like that. And then I'm like, well, that doesn't, because the rate was gonna be high. So then they make an exception, and this guy Philip from Ferrari, who helped me get 3 Ferraris, great man. He's still my friend. And I didn't even qualify for I don't know how he did it, but his clients were Puff Daddy, all the basketball players and people like that.
Yeah.
So that would travel, and people from really wealthy people that came from Europe and from other places, princes and people like that. So I'm like, why did he pay attention to this little Mexican kid that just showed up there? And Willie you could ask Willie, like, it's a true story. They call me back, and then they make an exception. They say, okay, we're gonna get 39,000 down, and your payment's gonna be $2,100 a month. My Maserati payment was $1,800 a month, I think, and it was very close. But I had to put $39,000. But this was a Ferrari, and I know if I didn't get this Ferrari, I wasn't gonna get it with having the baby on the way, and because she was gonna like be so concerned about the baby, she was gonna be scared. So it was very easy. It's very easy to convince her. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but I convinced her.
I don't have a choice.
I got the Ferrari. And all these people that tell you when you have kids, your life is going to slow down. It's going to be too many things. No. It's completely bullshit. Yeah. Because when I got this Ferrari, it got me 3 deals that first month from a realtor that didn't want to talk to me, didn't want to invite me to his office, didn't want to go to lunch with me. Because obviously I wanted his business. Real estate agents give loans to loan officers like myself. So he gave me 3 deals the next month, $15,000 commission each. I made $45,000. That paid off the car for a year and left me with $20,000 extra, and I became an instant celebrity in the mortgage industry, and my life completely changed. And then we had a second baby, and our life got better. Why? Because the babies make you require more of yourself, and the car pushed me, motivated me every day. And it's like, it was just incredible. It's like you have your wife that you're in love with, so sexy, and you want to have sex with her every day. But if you have a wife that gets on your nerves all the time and is moody and doesn't take care of you and doesn't take care of herself, you're not going to be so excited about that. But I mean, you excite me like 99% of the time.
99? There you go.
That's great. Thank you both. Have a
Thank you, and we'll be in touch. And we're gonna answer one more question, and we're gonna wrap it up.
Also, I want to add something.
Add to it as she puts the other person on the line.
So something that I've noticed, remember that, let's say, for example, I feel like when you add things to your, whatever your life, like it kind of lights a fire in your behind, and you just have to commit and figure it out later.
Yeah.
Right? Like
when we moved to this building, when we paid 20 grand
well,
a month.
when we he's like, let's just go look at this place. It's behind our office. Shoreham Towers is the name. It was like 5,000. How much was our rent? 5,000.
Our first one was 5,000 a month.
Something.
Yeah, 5,000 a month.
That's where we got pregnant with Natalia. 5,000 a month.
One bedroom condo.
And we were looking at it, and I was like, I love it, you know. And something about Albert, he literally just says, "Fuck it, we're gonna go for it." And then we go for it. See, he has crazy courage. We both have amazing work ethic. We will be there till the end. Like if we didn't have kids, we literally would be in the office from 8 a.m. or maybe even sooner. No, maybe 11 after the gym, and then till like midnight, whenever it is that we finished whatever we're working on, right? And that's always been our thing. But I feel like we always commit to different things and different things and different things, and like you have no choice but to level up. I don't know if that makes sense. Like you commit and then you gotta level up, because guess what? Then you gotta give everything back if you don't level up. I mean, like you either put in the work or you give it back. It's
just
that
remember,
simple.
Remember when we had our one bedroom apartment, we used to work from, I used to work from 3 a.m. when I woke up till like 10 p.m. when I was already like drained out. And we didn't have an office, but I had my office in the house. So I would wake up and just hop to my office and start working, doing my self-improvement first. Would go to the gym. That was our only exit. Go to the gym, come back, and keep on working from our home office. Working. We would get tired like right now. We would get tired like right now. And what would we do? We'll make ourselves a drink.
Healthy drinks.
And keep working. Because like right now, we're exhausted, but I see a lot of you having a beer, having some wine and things like that. But this keeps us like it gives us that extra little energy to have this Zoom call that maybe will end. All of us, I consider you guys friends. You guys support us. We want to give you guys 100 times back. So I know that one day, maybe one of us or a few of us are going to be doing business together. We're going to grow together, and we're going to remember this Zoom call, that it wouldn't have happened. This relationship would not happen if we didn't decide to do something wild and different that nobody wants to do, and do a Zoom at 8 p.m. having like some champagne, when people are going to criticize you. Oh, you're drinking champagne and la la la. And it's like, dude, do whatever makes you happy. Like stop worrying about what other people think. And now if you're being
unless they pay your bills, then who cares what they think?
But yeah. Hey, what's up, Josh?
What's going on? Thank you guys both for hosting this evening. Phenomenal, by the way.
A pleasure, brother.
Sorry, at first I was a little feisty because he's so annoying sometimes. I'm like, dude, I'm gonna fucking choke you. Like, unless...
Depends what kind of choke.
I don't know if this ever happened.
Depends what kind of choke you want to...
I don't know if this ever happens to any of you, but like sometimes, like I don't know if this happens to you guys. Like I'm like driving and I just want to like crash into a car and like take it back, or like I want to like drop kick somebody and take it back, right?
Well, usually you have the best sessions after you get feisty. You don't want to deal with the scissor hold.
Oh, wow. Sorry, guys.
So my question this evening is savings philosophy. So when you make a good bit of money, is there an account that you take and you put it away so you don't see it? So I just would like to know, like, what exactly is your guys' saving philosophy? Because I've been trying to find it.
You know what? I don't believe in that. Like I put it in one thing, and that's real estate apartments.
And he's different than me.
And real estate apartments.
We'll talk about it.
Like people want to put it in an account that they can't see or touch, because they are afraid. They are insecure in their ability to produce more income. I've always had the philosophy, and that's why we got to where we are today, because I believe in I just believe that I could produce more than anybody and produce more activity than anybody, and which is going to produce extra income, excess income, that I don't have to worry about, like, hey, Brad, let's split this bill at dinner. Hey, let's put this money away here because I'm so scared of this money leaving me. Like I want to use that money. So like me, like, yeah, I want to have millions in the bank. It feels good. But I'm not like gonna be like, oh, we got to 1 million. Let's have 2 million. Let's have 3 million. I'm like, let's use these 3 million and grow this company to 1 billion. Let's take some risks, because I don't want to be 60 years old and still be like saving, having $1 million in the bank. When I'm 60 years old, I want to be like
chilling on a beach, having a Corona.
and yeah, like I want to enjoy life. Now, do I believe it's important to have a lot of money in the bank? Absolutely, but use it or else it's pointless. What's the whole point of having that? Like if you think having 20 grand, 50 grand in the bank is cool, dude, that's a broke mindset. You have to use those 50 grand to grow to 100, to go through to 1 million, and to keep growing. But if I wouldn't be this crazy and this big of a risk taker, we wouldn't be employing, I think, over 300 people if you count the teams and all that stuff in our company, and we wouldn't be at 8 figures last year.
So now to add to that, for people that have, like, let's say they make 100 grand a year, it is very important to pay yourself first. Very important. And you have to be able to put away at least 10%, because guess what happens? The more money you make, the more money you spend. So it doesn't matter if you make 100 grand if you're spending 120. It's pointless. Does that make sense? Like, saving is very important, because guess what happens? The people that had no savings, that don't have a job right now, wish they had savings. Yes or no? You have to be able to live. You have to be able to pay your bills. The worst feeling ever is not having enough money to pay your bills.
Well, look at how many companies went out of business. If we didn't have any savings with this coronavirus, we would have been fucked.
Yeah. So it's important. It's important to pay yourself first. See, me, like, because I was a realtor forever, I would take 50% of my check and I would put it aside. Because, commissions, really, it's like anywhere from 5 to like 20 grand, 30. It just depends on the compensation, the purchase price. It's a lot of different factors. But I need to put it away in a savings account, because it's very easy to slide your credit card. It's very easy to slide your debit card, and then you're like, oh my God. So having that discipline of saying, I made this much extra money, I'm going to put it aside, because then guess what? You have 50 grand, you could open up this company, even 5 grand. Like, it's not that easy to save money.
But Josh,
it goes like water.
She's going to give you more of the mentality of the wife that's a mother, that wants to like be more saver and more like careful. And I'm gonna give you.
Careful. I like to have
cash. I'm gonna give you like dangerous. Like
if he has 10 grand, he'll spend 12. If that makes any sense.
I'm gonna show you how to become a billionaire. Okay, so this is what you got to do. Like when you make what do you do? What's your line of work?
So I'm in life insurance and real estate as well. So I make a lot of money, and I'm just trying to figure out how to do the same thing, invest in multifamily.
So
do I fit to it?
So no, don't do that. So like for example, Willie, if he's still here, like Willie, like I helped Willie break 1 million like this. He'll tell you that. I think it was like 1.5 years, like just straight facts. And I always tell everybody, spend 40% of your money, especially right now, maybe not before, because like all these like Grant Cardone, Tony Robbins, all these people, they didn't grow up with technology or social media. So there wasn't any marketing. Marketing was like billboards, and back in their day, they probably didn't even have billboards. But like in today's world, I tell people, spend 40% of your check, of your money, into marketing. And like, so if you make 10 grand, spend those 4 grand into marketing, which a lot of these old thinkers or dinosaurs are going to say like, oh, that's not a good idea. But you spend 40% you spend 4 grand, you keep 6 in marketing. And these 4 grand in marketing, like the Ferrari, I got the Ferrari. I spend money, but I made all that money back like that first month. And I had money left. And it made me money the next month. If I would have never gotten that Ferrari, Steph wouldn't be here, Danny wouldn't be here, and we wouldn't live here. We would live in our 1-bedroom apartment. Just because I used that to get attention. And people were like, you used the 50 grand, you used 39 of it? You're so stupid. Well, look at you now, Mr. College degree person, and look at me now. Now you work for me.
Courage. It's courage, right?
So a lot of people would tell you, like, it's not a good idea. But, dude, it's all you need is balls, pretty much.
And you have to believe in yourself.
Yeah.
You have to be, don't be so scared of everything.
And you have to be willing to lose some money. Sometimes you're going to make a mistake and you might lose it, but it's okay. If you believe in yourself that you could create money tomorrow, you're going to be fine. But when you're so scared What if rainy days? Like, don't worry about rainy days. Make it rain. Like, we just bought a gun at the office where we're gonna go and shoot some bills out. Just
Albert's gonna go put real hundreds in there. But yeah, you know,
I think a combination.
Yeah.
But if you're that aggressive big thinker, you're not gonna be a big thinker by saving money in an account that you can't touch.
Yeah.
Like, you're gonna have to be more aggressive, and if you lose it all, it's okay. Remember that. Spend money on things that are gonna make you better and faster and stronger. Like, I paid Grant way over $250,000, maybe $500,000,
Yeah.
because I paid him hundreds of thousands of dollars just to speak. I bought all his stuff, but you know what I did? I stole his knowledge and I executed on it. And
You
then
bought it.
I bought it. I bought it, but I sucked everything. And then guess what? I met Jordan Belfort. He's my neighbor here. He's my Jordan. You know Jordan Belfort? He's my neighbor here. I stole some. I mean, and let's not say steal. I sponged all his information, but now it's free because now he's my neighbor. But it took me risking my money, and putting all the money on the line, and having moments where I wasn't sure, how am I gonna pay this tomorrow? How am I gonna pay everybody my overhead? I'm gonna go out of business, or I'm gonna tell people I can't pay you tomorrow. And guess what? I always figured out how to pay my people first.
Yeah.
Pay my people. Sometimes I had credit cards and I couldn't pay them. True stories. But I always paid my people on time, every time. And I always compensated them for over delivering. So it's just a combination of both. I mean, you don't want to be stupid, and you don't want to go spend money on like strip clubs and cars if you can't afford them. But if you're going to buy a car, make sure it's going to get you business. If not, don't get the car.
Yeah.
So hopefully that kind of gives you an answer. But
Yes, thank you. You both are remarkable.
Mwah.
Appreciate it.
awesome. Appreciate you, brother.
He's so cute.
So we're going to wrap it up, guys. We're past our time, right, Steph? We're going to wrap it up. We're going to record this.
It always gets good when I'm getting kind of buzzed.
And stay in touch. We're going to do it every Wednesday. So every Wednesday is going to keep growing. And what we're going to start doing is just bringing you guys on the live and just going straight answers like live and do more of these. So thank you guys. Have a good night.
I want to say
Oh,
something.
she wants to close it out this time.
Me corta.
Now that she's on her comfortable spot.
No,
next
guys.
next week I'm gonna be there.
That's fine.
Well, how come you changed cups?
Oh, because you had more.
You have lipstick all over this.
So anyway, guys, just remember that you get what you give. A lot of people are like, no, that's not true. Like, yes, it is. Whatever you give is what you're going to get. And you have to always remember that you can't just worry about yourself. You have to really care about people, and you have to be a good person. Like, if you're not a good person, karma is really real. It's really real. And the grass might seem nicer on the other side, but in reality, the grass is greener wherever it is watered. So just take care of yourself, take care of your health, make sure you're staying confident. If there's something you really don't like about yourself, like, change it. Like, what is it? Right? But like, excuses, they don't get you anywhere, right? If there's something you really hate about your spouse, let them know. Like, hey, put your clothes in the dirty hamper. Like, rinse your dish. I'm not asking you to wash it, but let's rinse it. So you have to be able to communicate clearly, because if not, you create like tension, and then that's why people break up.
Yeah, and also, like, when she's gaining weight, I tell her, hey, you're gaining a little bit of weight.
I just had a baby.
And like, she'll tell me too, like, stop chewing like that. And so, like, we're just, it's called
critical of each other.
It's called
We're critical of each other.
there's a word that Ray Dalio is one of my book mentors. But Ray Dalio, you all should go read that book, Principles by Ray Dalio. He talks about not critical transparency, but he has like a word like overly transparent. So where you're telling people hey dude, your breath kind of stinks, and they might not like it, but you're doing them a favor if they don't like it.
Like, Albert will ask me, he'll be like, did you eat onions today? I'm like, wow, because I do like onions, but unless I want a kiss from him, then I won't eat onions. But see, it's just kind of calculating everything that you're doing, being mindful of
it's
things.
like, if I don't know if any of you, like, girls or guys, have ever been with a girl or a dude, and then you think they're hot, and then you're getting ready to rumble, and then and then they kiss you, and they've been smoking cigarettes, and you're like, ugh. But I don't
But
know.
to each his own. To each his own, right?
Yeah, but I mean,
Okay.
Albert, nice to meet you guys. I haven't met you guys before, but Mark Medina, I follow you guys everywhere. And I wanted to jump in and say hello. Sorry I'm late.
Hi.
But thank you for allowing me to come on your Zoom meeting. And I watch you guys all the time. I've stopped by your office, and I'm a title rep in LA. Been doing it 32 years. But I love it what you guys do. You've been coming from a large Mexican family, and see what you guys have accomplished is truly amazing. I've been in the industry 32 years, so I love it with your beautiful daughters. I have two of my own. One's getting married soon, so you know I love it to the Latino power. You know, that's
Definitely.
the thing that my father has always told me. Give it 110%. School educator, passed away about 12 years ago, but he supported the inner city kids and did all that. Did a lot of great things for a lot of Latinos. He was the part of the Mexican American Alumni Association at USC.
Nice.
And so he accomplished a lot of things, and again, I see you guys. I mean, I got the goosebumps a little bit, to be honest with you. And I don't know you, I haven't met you, but I wanted to be on this because the fact is to see what you guys have done, and it's a beautiful thing. And cheers to you guys.
Cheers.
Yes, I got the virtual
cheers.
background, but I haven't met you guys. Hopefully I will soon after quarantine, but
Well, we're having a big party June 6th, Vegas.
Vegas, my favorite place.
Vegas
Aw.
apparently is quarantined already, so they're clean.
I've seen that, but it's I look at things and I see what you're doing and you're driven stuff, and I wish I could figure out how you could help me do more business with my people. And I'm number one in my company, and I do all the things that I think I need to do.
One word, you have to become a celebrity. So like I in 2015 and you could attest to this, but on my dream board I had become a celebrity.
Yeah,
And the
he
reas-
really did.
And the reason why I wanted to become a celebrity was because I knew if I was a celebrity, even if I suck at doing loans, I'm gonna get loans. Even if I suck in sex, I'm gonna get all these girls. Even if I suck in doing real estate, I'm gonna get real estate. Why? Because I'm just gonna be like a Kylie Jenner. Like I'm gonna get so much attention that it doesn't even matter if I know what I'm doing. I'm gonna sell anything that I put out on the screen just because I became a celebrity. So I just and I'm kind of exaggerating, being funny, but if you become a celebrity title rep, right? Are you a title rep?
Yeah, I'm vice president of
Yeah. So if you're title, right, and you become a celebrity title guy, everybody's gonna know you as the celebrity title guy. So what I did is I'm gonna get this Ferrari and disrupt the industry, because no mortgage broker drives a Ferrari, especially when I got it 5 years ago. Maybe in the past when they had stated income loans, but I said I'm gonna be the first young crazy MF that drives a Ferrari, and I'm gonna get all this business, and I'm gonna blow up. I'm gonna become a celebrity, and then she helps me a little bit because she's pretty good looking, right?
A little bit?
So like we made then I said, well, let's do like this power couple thing and do this and do that. We got so much attention, and we just started blowing up little by little. And but let's talk about it. I'll be glad to help you.
Send us a message, because we have like 250 something escrows in the mortgage right now.
For this
I don't
month,
even
for
know
this
who our
month, yeah.
title rep is for this month.
And I don't even have one title of it. So, but I have some cars, and I'm a car freak. So, sometimes it goes to my detriment a little bit, because right now I drive a Porsche Turbo Carrera as just a fun car, but I have my regular driving car, but I've always had that car, and then when sometimes I feel that agents, mortgage brokers see me that, oh, he's showing off, and it's not. I love cars. I ride a Harley Davidson. I do all that. But these are things for me that make me happy, and that's a point at my age. I'm older than probably most of you guys on the screen here, but at that point, I've got to do something for me, and those two girls behind me is all I have in my life that makes me happy. And I've dated celebrities, and they
Yeah, that's gonna be Italian in Berlin in
Oh
in
my
a few years.
God.
Yeah, my daughter's 30, the shorter one, and my daughter's 26, and she's getting married in November. And
Awesome.
she just closed on her first house. So,
Oh,
Oh, nice, nice,
How cute.
nice.
All right.
Well,
Nice to meet
awesome
you.
talking to you, Mark.
I love watching you guys. Albert, I see where you come from. It's kind of what, coming from a family of 8 and seeing you at a young age accomplishing what you're doing, I think it's awesome. It's awesome. And both you still doing with your beautiful little girls and listening to this guy. I don't know.
I know.
So, kind of fun.
Awesome, brother. Appreciate you, Mark. So we'll stay in touch. We'll connect and let's help each other out.
To help me grow, I just need to do more of a figure out, because I'm old and
It's okay.
You-
We're all going to get old, so it's okay.
yeah, I'm good at what I do. I've been doing it 32 years. There's nothing, a title question you can't ask me that I can't answer. I lost.
We're gonna connect. We're gonna do some business.
Yeah, for sure. Send me a DM. I'll handle that part.
Awesome, brother. Well, thank you all for being on this Zoom call. We're gonna keep doing it every week, 7 p.m. If we missed anybody, just send me a DM and I'll answer it right now. I'm gonna be here. We're gonna, I think Syl's dying for another glass. We're gonna wrap it up. We're gonna go to bed, and then we have
I
another,
love
another
champagne,
productive
by
day
the way.
tomorrow. Cheers, guys. Have a good night.